My name is Shamli Nikam, and my current role is I'm an application analyst for Salesforce platform, and I'm with JR Simplot. I started back in 2010. I was working for a hospitality company. One of the responsibilities that I was given was to explore the Salesforce.com platform and find out if that tool would provide any value to the business processes. So I started learning Salesforce, and that's how it began. In the beginning years of my Salesforce journey, I was mostly doing consulting. What kept me motivated at that time was whenever I saw my business user tell me, give me feedback, such as this change that you implemented for us has saved me X amount of hours, or this change that you implemented for me has increased the efficiency of my team by X%. So when I saw that the change I'm making is helping my Salesforce users in so many different ways, that was just a great feeling, and that kept me motivated about keep on learning more clouds or more functionalities and keep on doing better. Yeah. I gave my admin cert a few years ago, I think 5 or 6 years ago, and I thought that was the hardest. Like I said, I began my Salesforce journey back in 2010, and back then there were just three certification options. I think there was admin, developer one and two, something like that. I don't remember, but at that point I felt like, okay, now I understand the Salesforce platform. I'm going to go and give the certification exam. And in 2012, I attempted the test and I failed. I did not pass it. 5 or so years ago, when I started giving my certs again, I was using Focus on Force, and that tremendously helped me because of all the sample questions, question banks, and how after every incorrect answer, I got to see why it was incorrect, right? So I was able to, use Focus on Force. And from that first test onwards, other tests have become easier because of Focus on Force, really. So about Experience Cloud, I'll tell you this, Mark. When it was called Community Cloud, I have created portal communities. And now when I started studying for Experience Cloud, there's so many new functionalities, so many new concepts. So obviously, like I said, at least try to complete 2 or 3 sample tests on Focus on Force. You'll really have to go through them, all of them, just to be able to pass the certification test. You'll have to go through the entire coursework because there are a lot of new functionality that has been added by Salesforce on Experience Cloud. I look at my priority items meaning priority requirements from business. I make sure the user story is complete, has all the acceptance criteria, definition of done, has all the required refinement, architectural details added to it. Then if I'm not sure or if I have doubts, reach back to business, all those good things. Other than that, I do a lot of UAT sessions. I have done a lot of training sessions. I have done a lot of putting together training documents. That means adding screenshots, adding instructions or navigation steps, such as click on this button and this, expect this to happen, and all those good things. I work very closely with my architects and come up with solutioning to find the most feasible, most scalable solution for any business process. I want to stay closer to the technical side of Salesforce. That is what my typical day looks like. Communication skills are very, very important along with your technical skills. Since COVID is everybody's interacting with each other through screens, I feel like if possible, in-person interaction helps a lot. I feel like you can understand the other person better. What I mean by that is their body language more than their words. Their body language also helps you understand what they're saying, their perspective, and what they really want to tell you. When I enrolled into Focus on Force, it helped me tremendously because of detailed, accurate study guides, the sample banks or sample questions, sample tests. I was able to see why the response or my answer was incorrect. So that helped me tremendously. And also that kind of gave me a confidence whenever I pass sample test on Focus on Force, that kind of gives me an idea of how prepared I am to take the actual exam. I was at Dreamforce and I was looking at newer clouds Salesforce was talking about and newer functionalities. It is insane and very impressive what Salesforce is up to or what all they are adding on their platform. Even if you're in 40s or I would even say 50s, it's not too late to start learning Salesforce. You will definitely see value in the time that you invest now For new grads, I would highly recommend, along with learning technical aspects of Salesforce, also work on your soft skills. This is an absolutely great time to learn Salesforce because there are trailheads. There are portals such as Focus on Force, incredibly that is going to help you pass your certification exams. I would highly encourage anyone wanting to move to Salesforce platform or thinking about changing their jobs, start learning Salesforce. It is worth the time you invest. Absolutely worth it. First of all, thank you. No, thank you, Mark. And please say thank you to Martin. He's been so kind to me and also you. Thank you so much.